Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with a blog to watch. Today I'm review the Timex Deepwater Meridian 200 automatic. I'm actually quite excited about this watch. I didn't necessarily know it, but I saw pictures of it. I said, you know what, I'm going to take a chance reviewing this watch. Now, for the longest time, you never associated Timex with dive watches. They made dive watches, but it was not like what you got from the brand, especially if you're an enthusiast. When you thought of Timex, you just really weren't thinking about dive watch. That a couple of years ago, they started making what you would call enthusiast-grade dive watches, but at low prices, pretty simple stuff. And I think at first they were trying to figure out exactly what designs they want to do. At this point, they're really onto something. And maybe they lose a few points for originality, but in terms of value proposition and just fun, really high marks. So right now, the Deepwater collection has a few different types of models. This is the Meridian. It's water resistant at 200 meters, why it's the 200. And it's the automatic, because this one's an automatic, but there's also quartz versions of this. And there's small differences, right? The dial, for example, of the quartz one is not this clean matte dial. It has like a texture to it, but frankly, I prefer this dial. What you have here is a product that people like in the same way that maybe 15 years ago they would have liked a Seiko. In fact, the hands and the hour markers very much look like Seiko, and Timex is not hiding that. Seiko sort of abandoned a very popular segment of, I guess you could say, under $500 mechanical sport watches, mostly dive watches, and they were very popular for a long time. More recently, Seiko has gone upmarket, and they've abandoned that market. So Timex, doing what they do best, identified a need in this market, but the Timex of today doesn't just make mainstream watches, they make watches for enthusiasts. And that's what's so interesting about this. It's a mainstream priced watch with enthusiasts in mind, and I think that if you would have liked that classic Seiko dive watch experience from a while ago, you'll really like this. The case is 44 millimeters wide in steel. It's nicely polished. It's a lot heavier and chunkier than maybe most of the Timex watches you'll have been used to. It has a display case back, and inside of it is the Japanese automatic movement. It does say Timex Deepwater on there. Not strictly necessary, but one of the few downsides of the watch. The loom is excellent. As I said, the hands and hour markers are Seiko style, but there's a lot of legibility on there. The finishing is also quite nice. Timex could have messed up in a lot of ways, making the hands too polished or the wrong tone. They're a sort of sandblasted look for the hands and hour markers, and combined with the excellent amount of loom and the matte face with all that contrast, it's just nice looking and legible and light or dark. On the wrist, it's going to have a little bit of a larger wearing experience, but on the strap, because it's this diver style stretch strap, you can wear it really snug, so the weight is a little bit less apparent. And another great feature it had that old Seikos never had was the ceramic insert in the rotating bezel. So that's a feature that's a little bit more modern, but something that we really like because it's highly scratch resistant and you just have to worry about it all that less. Seiko has since released some watches with ceramic bezels, so they eventually made it, but back in the day when there was the several $100 ones, nothing like that was available. So there you have it. That's the Deepwater Meridian on the wrist. I believe this also comes in a black color, and I'm sure that other colors will come soon. Timex has really done a great job here. Yes, you can say that it looks like some other things, but I think that more and more Timex is going to own this category. And between this and some of the other Deepwater watches, especially the other mechanical ones, they have some good-looking watches, well made at great values. Price for the Timex Deepwater Meridian 200 automatic is $399, and you can see the full review on a blog to watch. Thanks.